Hello, friends. Are you ready?
What's for dinner?
I'm hungry.
Yum, 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 yum.
Delicious.
Let's go, everybody. Yay! Oh, gosh. Am I on?
Yeah. Camera, lights, action.
Strawberry swirl marble cake. Cake vanilla fraula. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Zoe's Blind Kitchen Corner. It's another episode, another week. I hope that you're all there, you're all watching, and I hope you're excited, because I am, because we're making dessert. Before we get to our dessert, remember, as always, like and share this video. Please subscribe to my channel. If you need to reach me, you should know all the ways by now, but if you don't, zoesblindkitchencorner@gmail.com, or comment in the section below if you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, Twitter. You can comment there. You can watch this show through Whose Blind Life Is It Anyway, which is Victor's channel, or you can watch it on Zoe's Blind Kitchen Corner. Okay, today we're going to make desserts. It's time for a cake. We haven't done too many, and I love dessert, need to feed my diabetes, and we are making a strawberry swirl pound cake. So we're not doing Greek today. We've got a lot of ingredients, so let's get to them. Now, I'm not sure where everything is, but, oh, by the way, today my cameraman is an old guest of ours, Kathy. Say hi, Kathy.
Hi.
Yeah. So Kathy, who had made our chicken cordon bleu, she's visiting me today. We're going to chow down on food and dessert, and she was kind enough to tape this video today. So thank you so much. Alrighty, let's get to our ingredients. Back here, I've got 4 cups of all-purpose flour, which is 480 grams. Now, before I continue with the ingredients, let me tell you something. I've doubled this recipe. I don't know if I should give you guys both, but anyways, I've doubled the recipe because we want more cake. So you can always have the ingredients and make the cake in a loaf pan, like a standard 9x5 loaf pan. We're going to do 9x13 today. So we said the flour. Here I have a cup of milk. Here, rind of 2 lemons. Next to that, this should be the lemon juice. Or is it the vanilla? Okay, so we've got 4 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and then next to that over here, we've got the juice of 2 lemons. Okay? Here we've got 2 2/3 cup sugar, and I don't remember the grams. I think it was 440 grams. It will be in the ingredient box, but it's 2 cups and 2/3 sugar. Now, I'm not using white sugar because I'm out of it. I'm using raw cane sugar. But please go ahead and use white sugar, and it would be 2 cups and 2/3. We're going to use 40 grams of freeze-dried strawberries. We'll talk about that later. Back here, we've got salt. We're going to use 1/2 teaspoon of salt. We've got baking powder over here, which you can't see it because it's behind the freeze-dried strawberries. We're going to use 4 teaspoons of baking powder. We're going to use 4 eggs, large eggs, please. We're going to use 4 sticks of butter, unsalted butter, please. And we're going to use 150 grams or 1/2 cup of jam. Try to use jam with chunks in it, not smooth sort of jelly jam, whatever. Did I forget anything? Kath, do you see that I forgot anything?
No, that's everything.
That's
the
it.
lemon rind.
Yeah, we got that. Anyways, if we forgot something, we'll let you know. Okay, so right off the bat, you're going to use, I have a stand mixer. You can do it with a hand mixer. What we're going to do is, I need to plug this in because I forgot. So give me a second, Kath. I know, you guys are probably looking at my back now, and I'm sorry about that, but I forgot to plug in my mixer. Yeah. It's a little hard. All right. All right. So we've got a mixer. We're using the paddle attachment. And right off the bat, I have softened sticks of butter. We're using 4 sticks. If you're making the loaf size pan, then obviously you're going to use 2. So I'm going to get butter all over my hands. I'm just opening up. I should have opened these up before we went on camera, but I forgot. All right, 1 stick of butter, in it goes, in the mixer. And see, now my hands are all buttery. Okay, 2nd stick, we're opening it up. I'm sorry, guys, I should have done this off camera. All right, 2nd stick, in it goes. And 3rd. Okay, and our 3rd stick of unsalted butter. So obviously this is a lot of butter, right? We're using a pound of butter, really. A pound of butter. Where's the other one? There it is. Okay, so we need to fluff this butter up. So what we're going to do, and I should have thought about this. So what I normally do is I actually take my butter cold, I cut it up into slices or chunks, and I put it straight in my mixing bowl, and I let it soften up from the night before or the morning, the day of that I'm going to make my my cake. I didn't do it today because I forgot. I had a doctor's appointment this morning. So it's going to take a little bit for this mixer to fluff up this butter. So I'm going to close up the mixer bowl. And I'm going to start the mixer on low. And I'm going to let this beat. Whoops, that's not low. That's low. I started it on high. Anyways, I'm going to let this beat for a while to fluff it up. And then we're going to add the sugar in slowly. So I'm going to put you on hold because I want this to beat for at least 5 minutes. So we'll be back in 5. Okay, guys, we're back. We beat our butter for a little while, and I'm going to turn the mixer back on, and I'm going to start adding in the sugar. Slowly. I should have gotten a spoon. Yeah, hold on. Hold on, stay there. The spoon. I'm sorry about that. Okay. So, while I'm adding in the sugar, I want to tell you guys that it's good to have your ingredients room temperature because they will mix better. So take your sugar, the way I'm doing right now, and go to the feeding tube and pour in a teaspoon at a time or a tablespoon at a time, whatever you feel comfortable with, while your mixer is beating. Once you have all your sugar mixed, then you want to increase. Sorry, I'm also concentrating so that I don't spill my sugar. Then you want to increase your speed of your mixer. Okay? So, this is what I'm doing. I'm adding in my sugar. It's going to take me a few minutes to add in the sugar. And then we're going to turn it up to high and beat it for a good 5 minutes. We want our sugar to melt into our butter, dissolve into our butter. So it's going to take me a while to cream my butter and sugar. And it's going to take me a while to put this in. So again, I'm going to put you on hold until I finish this. And we'll come back for the next step. Okay, guys. So we beat our sugar. And I just felt some. I probably got it on there. We beat our sugar and butter on high for about 5 minutes. So it's time to add in our eggs. Remember, I've always told you guys, eggs go in one at a time. I overcracked that one. That's okay. Don't worry, we won't get any shells in there. So just crack it over your feed. And I know what happened there. That was the one that I cracked before on the counter. That's why when I cracked it the second time. So now I'm adding in the second one. Now, for all purposes, for all intents purposes, your mixer should be a little higher than what I have it on now. I have it at this speed so you guys can hear me. But your mixer should be a little bit higher so that the eggs get absorbed in quickly. Okay? But that's okay. We'll still get the job done. So I'm cracking the third egg on top of the feeding tube of the stand mixer. And the fourth egg, and I've already showed you how to crack eggs as a blind person. Okay, all 4 eggs are in. Let me get the duck off my hands. Egg duck. Okay, we have rind of 2 lemons. So I'm going to go over my feeding tube of my stand mixer, and with my fingers I'm going to push all the rind in. There it goes. All in. Nice, beautiful color for those who can see. And beautiful smell of lemons for those who can't. Now I'm going to add in my vanilla extract, which is 4 teaspoons. I've already pre-measured it. And I'm adding in the vanilla. Okay. Now, give me a few seconds. I want to turn up the speed because I want this to mix better. So give me a few seconds. That's it. Now I've got 1 cup of milk, which is actually easier for me to stop the mixer. Uh-oh. There it goes. Open it up and add my 1 cup of milk. It's easier for me to do it this way than through the feeding tube, okay? So that's why I'm doing it this way. Okay. Milk is in. We're going to close our mixer and turn it on again. Okay. Now, we have our jam. We have our freeze-dried strawberries. We've got lemon juice, salt, baking powder, and flour. We need to add in some lemon juice. So give me a second. Now, in the recipe, it says 2 to 4 tablespoons of lemon juice. Why is that? You definitely need 2 in your batter, and you can add 1 to 2 to your freeze-dried strawberry batter. It's up to you. So right off the bat, you do need 2. So I'm going to fill up my tablespoon, and Kathy's going to be kind enough to tell me if it's full.
Almost.
It's almost in. It's okay. How's that? Better?
No, not really. That's better.
Let's just say 1. 1. We'll put in 1 more. How's that one?
Yeah, that's all right.
2. Now, if you want, we can put in a little more because the first one wasn't that full. How's that?
Yeah, that's probably good.
There you go. Okay, so we'll set our lemon juice aside. We're going to need it later. Okay. So, yeah, and our jam, we're going to set aside too. Okay, it's time for us to add in our salt. We're going to add in half a teaspoon of kosher salt. In it goes. We're done with our salt. Stay there. Just putting it away so that we can have room. Now we need to add, oh, I'm sorry, honey, our baking powder. Very important for a cake. No baking powder? Get some flatbread. Some sweet flatbread. So I'm filling up my teaspoon and I'm leveling it off and putting it through the feeding tube of the mixer. That's 1. 2. It says baking powder, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to put it baking soda. 3. 4. Should we add more? No. This recipe calls for 4 teaspoons. Don't add more. I'm just being funny. Okay. All we have left now is to add in our flour. Sorry. What I'm going to do, sorry honey, I'm going to stop the mixer, lift it up, and I'm going to add in half my flour all at once. A little more, I think. Okay. Doesn't matter if you're exact. Close your mixer. Start beating it on slow. After a few seconds, just like I waited right now for about whatever it was, 10 minutes, turn it up and turn it right back down. Okay? Grab a rubber spatula. Turn off your mixer. Open it up. And scrape the sides of your bowl. Even if you don't need to, you're blind, you don't know. Just do it anyway. Just do that little extra step of scraping your bowl. The best you can, okay? Believe me, this is still going to turn out. Let's get a little, hold on. Kathy's being kind enough to help.
It's so fun.
You can put it on here when you're... Okay, I'm going to add in, before we start our mixer, I'm going to add in the next batch of flour all at once. I spilled some. I don't think I spilled too much, did I?
No, just a tad.
Okay, all our flour is in. And yes, I lost, I don't know, a quarter of a teaspoon. Big deal. Okay, same thing. We're going to, on low, we're going to beat for a few seconds. We're going to increase. And decrease right away. At this point, I don't want you to beat anymore, guys. You're going to stop even if the flour hasn't been absorbed. Absorbed. Did you hear that? Absorbed. And my mixer thingy came off. Of course. It's okay. Remove your paddle attachment. Put this in the sink. Get everything off your paddle attachment with your fingers. Just push it off. It's going to stick. You might lose a bit on your fingers. That's okay. This is the fun. This is the part where you want to lick. The cake batter, which I've always done that. And from a kid, I just happened to do that. And so I hear sometimes people saying, oh, you're going to make yourself sick. You're eating, raw dough. Well, people actually eat raw eggs. People mix eggs and sugar together, and they gymnasts, bodybuilders do that. People who go to the gym frequently, they do that. They mix raw eggs and sugar and they consume it. So believe me, nothing's going to happen to you if you lick a finger, but I'm not going to. But I'm just saying. Anyways, I got as much off as possible for now. We'll have Kathy look at it
I
later.
thought you were going to say lick it.
If you want to. Okay, I'm just going to mix this by hand now. So I'm using a rubber spatula and I'm going to mix by hand. Okay? And I'm going to mix by hand. So any flour that wasn't absorbed, if you go to the bottom and fold and you do that, I don't know, 10 times, it'll be fine. Okay? So, but I'll deal with that in a bit. I want to get something ready for you guys. Our counter's a mess from all the ingredients, but that's okay. Okay. Freeze-dried strawberries. You need to get your freeze-dried strawberries ready now. So, let's plug this in, if I can reach back there. Did I? Oh. Hold on, guys. Okay. These particular packages of freeze-dried strawberries are 11 grams each. Unfortunately, I only have 3. I'm making a double dose. If I was making a single dose of this cake, this would be more than enough. You need 20 grams. From 20 grams, I think it's, if I remember correctly, 3, I'll have it in the recipe box for you guys. 3 tablespoons, 2 or 3 tablespoons of freeze-dried strawberries in powder form. Usually you can get that out of 20 grams. So, I'm making a double dose. I'm going to add 33 grams. Where's my scissors? Hold on. Where's it?
Here.
Got it? Okay. Alrighty. So, we're going to open up our food processor. We're going to open up our freeze-dried strawberries. Now, if I had some to spare, I would eat some, but you want to smell? See?
I want to eat some.
I know, but I just won't have enough. See? They're little freeze-dried. Anyways, okay. We're going to add these into our food processor. This strawberry cake, especially if you're not using the jam, is a very subtle strawberry flavor. Okay? So, don't expect like really strawberry. I can feel that there's more in here, but I can't get it out. Oh, there isn't. Felt like there was. Okay, never mind. In your food processor, add a tablespoon of sugar with your strawberries. I'm actually going to add 1 now, and I'm going to add 1 later. Okay, so add a tablespoon of sugar. Set the sugar aside. Okay, and let's process our strawberries with our sugar. And let's see how much, if it needs more. Yes, it does. It's not quite a powder yet. I should have done this in my blender. My blender would have done it faster. Oh, it's getting there. Good. Oh, it smells so good. So you're going to keep doing this. I'm going to add in the next one. You're going to keep doing this. I'm going to add 2 more packages of freeze-dried strawberries, one at a time. And I'm going to add 1 more tablespoon of sugar. And once I'm done the 3 packages with the, so it's 3 packages, 2 tablespoons of sugar. Or even, you can even do 4 packages because you really do need 40 grams. So I would have had, if I had bought another package, I made a mistake. If I had bought another package, I would have had 44 grams. So 44 grams and 2 tablespoons of sugar. Now I've got 33 grams and 2 tablespoons of sugar. We're still going to get the job done. So you keep doing this until you have a nice powder of sugar and strawberry. And then once I'm done this, we'll come back, and I'm going to put you on hold. We're going to come back and I'll show you the next step. See you in a bit. Okay guys, so I finished mixing our strawberries back here, and we'll show you that in a second. So now I've got a clean mixing bowl, and what I need to do, and this is not the right way to do it, but this is the way Zoe's going to do it. I need to scoop up a generous cup of batter. Let's see how much that is. Ooh, that's okay. 1 cup of batter. We're going to put it in our... We're going to put it in our clean mixing bowl if it decides to fall out of the cup. So we're going to have to push it out with our finger or spoon. When I was a kid and my mom would bake, she used to do this. Listen. And I hated it. I hated it when I would hear the plopping sound because I had this fear that it's just going to go all over the place. And I just did it. And I thought, where's my mom to see me do that and say, excuse me. Okay, I've got most of it out, but this was a pretty generous. So we're going to get another cup out of our, the spatula. We didn't get the spatula out. That's okay. Okay, let's get another cup out. That's pretty good. And we're going to add this into our mixing bowl. Again, the same thing. You can use a spoon, a finger, whatever your heart desires. Okay, that's good enough. I'm just going to set this cup because it's still got some batter on it. I'm going to set it on our little... Oops. I just made a mess. I'm going to set it on our little plate there. Trying to get the batter off my finger. Okay. I have a clean spoon somewhere. Okay. So, now, open up your food processor. And to these 2 cups of batter, if you're making the double dose. If you're not making the double dose, obviously, what are you going to remove out of your mixer? 1 cup of dough. I'm making a double dose, so I removed 2. So add your strawberry sugar powder to this batter. All in. All in. It's all in. There you go. And let's give it a nice mix. Mix this all up. Now, if you want, this is optional. Add a couple of teaspoons, or not teaspoons, a couple of drops of food coloring, just to make the color more vibrant, if you want. I personally don't care, so why should I? And plus, I didn't have any. And whatever food coloring you add to your batter, remember that whatever you see, it's going to be 1 shade darker. So for those who are sighted, look at your batter, and if you like the color and you want it, a little, remember that when it cooks, it's going to be a little bit darker. Okay, now, the next step we have is to finish mixing up the strawberry powder with the batter. And now I'm going to do an extra step that most sighted people don't do, and I'm going to do it off camera, is the batter that's left in the bowl, I'm going to divide it into two. I'm going to weigh it and divide it into two because we need to layer our cake. So give me a few minutes to weigh my batter and we'll be back. Okay guys, so I weighed my batter, not the one that I added the strawberry jam, the strawberry powder to, the batter that was in our mixing bowl. I got about 1,200 grams. So I put 600 grams. In other words, you're going to put half in your pan, leave half in your bowl, okay? I have, remember I told you I have lemon juice, okay? We're going to go over to, here's our strawberry, freeze-dried strawberry powder mixed with our batter. I'm going to add some lemon juice to this. How much is that?
Looking good.
One? Mm-hmm. How many should I add? One or two?
Go for two.
Okay. Kathy wants two. She wants lemony. So we're going to go for two. That good?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. I'm preheating my oven. We don't need this anymore. You want to, if you can, put it in the sink. So while Kathy's putting in the tablespoon and the lemon juice in the sink, I'm just mixing up the batter, the strawberry batter with the lemon juice. It's not a lot of lemon juice, so okay. Now we're going to put this strawberry layer on top of our white layer. Now, if you're blind, it's hard to do because you can't see. So my thing is take tablespoons and drop them. Drop tablespoons all over. Keep moving around the pan until you fill up, finish your batter. You just keep dropping tablespoons, okay? And while I do that, obviously again, I think I did 3 or 4. I'm going to put you on hold so I can finish doing this because there's no reason for you watching me add a layer of strawberry batter. You know, it might take me 10 minutes. I don't know. It might take me 5. I don't know. So why should you sit here and watch me? So we'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, guys. So we added our strawberry layer. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to spread it to the edges. You're going to swirl this anyways. This is a strawberry marble cake. But now it is time. Sorry, I have a knife in my hand. I have my butter knife for swirling. It's time for a jam. Same thing. Now, this is chunky jam. This is definitely not going to spread on top. Just throw little bits of jam with your hands, with your fingers. Just take little pinches and throw them on top of your strawberry layer. Don't even worry where they're going to go. That one was big, but that's okay. Don't worry where they're going to go. You're going to swirl. This is not rocket science. You move around the pan and add. Add. This is nice. This brand, I don't know. I'm not a professional, so I think I can say brands. This is called Crofters. I think it's organic too. I don't remember. We don't buy this because it's organic. We do get this from Whole Foods or from a local health food store that we have here in Toronto called the Common Carrot. I get it whenever it's on sale. I get it whenever it's on sale. We love it. It's my favorite jam in the world. It's unbelievable. I love it. And it's chunky. And it's fantastic. That's all I can say. So now I'm adding in the jam. Do we have any more? Yeah, we don't buy this. What I was trying to get at is we don't buy it because it's organic. We buy it because it's absolutely fantastic. Okay, jam is in on top. Obviously, what comes next? Our extra batter that's in the bowl. So this is what, now, add in your top layer. And remember, this is a marble cake, so it doesn't matter if it doesn't look that great before going into the oven. It's going to look fantastic when you cut it and eat it. Now, remember, I have arthritis in my hands. Yes, and I make jewelry. Wonder for how long. Okay, I need to put this down for a second. Okay, we've got our batter. Take your rubber spatula and gently spread your batter as best you can over your strawberries. So keep spreading. And it doesn't matter if you get some strawberries on top. Is there more in here?
No.
Oh, yeah. Push it into the corners, too. All right. Instead of you guys watching me do this, I'm going to put you on hold again so I can finish adding this batter and spreading it. Oh, and there's our oven. It's ready, but we're almost ready, too. Okay. See you in a bit. Okay, guys. Our oven is preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. We are going to bake for an hour at least. If you're doing a loaf pan, it's about an hour. I'm doing a double dose, so it might be an hour, might be an hour and 10 minutes. I'm going to test it at the 1 hour mark. I'm also using a non-stick pan, and they say that non-stick pans, darker pans, cook faster. Hence why I'm still going to check it at the 1 hour mark. Okay, we've got our top layer on. Take a butter knife, insert it into your cake batter, and go right across and come back down. And make swooping motions and zigzag motions. And just keep doing that. Go across your pan the long way. And the short way. You can fold a little if you like. Swoop a little. Swoop a little. Swoop a little. Fold a little. And make designs. Like that. That's how you make a marble cake. You kind of just go up and down across. You can hear, that's the bottom of my pan. That's my knife touching the bottom of the pan. And listen when I swoop across. Listen. Hear that? I didn't even lift my knife. I just made a line right across. Just keep doing that. For the more you do it, you risk of not having streaks in your batter. You risk of it blending. So you don't want to do it too much. Okay? What do you think? Good enough?
Looks amazing.
Okay, she says it looks amazing. Let's get whatever's off our knife. Okay. Okay. Tap. Sorry, honey. So if my mom was here now, she'd say, you guys didn't clean the edges of your pan. Hold on, let me do it. Which she is right, because that extra batter on the edge of the pan, it could burn. And then it'll be, I shouldn't use bad words, to clean up. But you guys know what I'm talking about. Okay, now tap your cake on your counter. Just tap it 2-3 times like I did. That's just to deflate any air bubbles. This is not completely smooth on top because we swirled. So you may get some little mountains at the end of your cake. We'll see. Okay, I'm going to go this way. Let's bless the cake in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. I'm baking, whoops, I'm sorry, honey. I'm gonna bake center of my oven because that's what's recommended. Ooh, hot. What's recommended for this brand of oven for my cakes? Is that in the middle, Kath?
Yeah.
Okay. Cake is in the oven, timer for 1 hour, and that gives us an hour to clean up or just break. See you then. Okay, guys, our 1 hour is up. My cake is done. For the proof, I have a wire rack on my counter. I have my cake. I've taken it out of the oven. I just took it out before we came on camera, and I've placed it on my stovetop. I'm going to turn my oven off because I forgot to. Go in the middle approximately. You're not going to know as a blind person. Our cake rose very beautifully. It looks very even. Stick your butter knife in, and it comes out perfectly clean. That's how you know your cake is ready. You take it out. Now, I have to tell you, something just happened before we came on camera. And I'm glad it happened because it gives me a tip for you guys. When I opened up my oven door, okay, if Kathy can show you, here's the middle rack. For the blind people, I'm touching the middle rack. And my cake obviously was on the middle rack. I pulled out my rack so I can test my cake. I pulled it out a little too much and the cake slid, the pan slid right off onto the oven door. It could have slid off the oven door and right onto my feet. Our cake could have been a disaster, but also my feet could have been burned or some part of my body. So be careful when you're pulling your rack out. Don't pull too far out. Make sure you have long gloves on. I bought these from Costco. They're long, they're almost to my elbow, and they've got a silicone. One side is totally covered in silicone. Okay, so I can open my rack a little bit and stick my hands inside to find my pan, my cake, and test it without actually burning myself. Okay, so please be careful. Accidents like that will happen, even to somebody like me who's been baking I've been baking longer than I've been cooking. Okay, anyway, those are just my little observations and tips for the blind. Sorry to the sighted people if I'm boring you, but you know, these things got to be said. Take your cake as is in the pan, put it on your wire rack, and after about 10 minutes, tip it over onto your wire rack. Actually, you know what? We'll come back in 10 minutes and we'll do that. We'll come back in 15. We'll give ourselves a 15-minute break because the whole time while the cake was cooking, I washed the dishes, the bowls, I put stuff away, I washed the counters, I did a whole bunch of stuff, okay? So I'm going to go have a break now while this sits in the pan for 15 minutes, and then we're going to come back and we're going to flip it onto the wire rack, and I'm going to show you because we need to peel off the parchment paper. So we'll be back in 15. Okay, guys, we let our cake sit in the pan. I don't know, we started having a conversation. We probably let it sit for 20 minutes instead of 15. Doesn't matter. All right, I'm going to pull the cake off the pan, off the wire rack. I'm going to place my wire rack upside down on my pan. I can actually do it without my gloves. It's not that hot. Good. Okay, and I'm gonna make sure that my rack is in the right place, on top covering my whole, whoops, see, I moved it. Okay. Okay, and I'm going to flip. It's okay. All right, I flipped, and I'm gonna pull the pan, and the pan slid right off. And the parchment paper stayed down. Oh, did it burn? No. Right?
No.
Good. We're lucky. The parchment paper, because I greased it, it actually stayed in the pan. I don't have to peel it off. So now we need to flip this right side up. So, I got it. Stay there. I'm going to grab a different wire rack. Make my life easier. I'm going to place the wire rack on top of the cake. And then I'm going to pick up both. And I'm going to flip. And there you go. Cake is right side up. And it's on our wire rack. And that's our recipe for today. So, that's our cake. I don't think I would cut it right away. It's still quite warm. I would wait for it to cool down. So it took an hour, even though I did a double dose. It took an hour. I haven't decided if I'm going to put the ingredients in the box for the double dose or the single dose. If I put the ingredients for the double dose, which is what I made today, and you don't want to make this, you want to make a 9x5 loaf pan, then cut your ingredients in half. If you want to make this, use a 9x13 nonstick pan, greased well, put your parchment paper in. Your cake. Top it with either a buttercream icing and, oh, what are they called? Some strawberry preserves or fresh strawberries, or some icing sugar and strawberry preserves and fresh or fresh strawberries, or just eat it as is. It's up to you. I'm sure this would be very nice with a cup of coffee. I'm sure it would be nice as a dip. You know, dip it into your coffee, so on and so forth. It seemed a little complex. I also want to mention one last thing. You saw us layer the batter. You don't really have to. You could take a spoonful of the white batter, put it in your pan, move over a little bit, a spoonful of strawberry batter. Then alternate between strawberry and white, strawberry and white. You know you're going to get more white than strawberry because the white batter is bigger, is more. So you might want to go 2 white batter spoonfuls, 1 strawberry, 2 white, 1 strawberry, 2 white, and keep going and filling the pan in, and you can still give it a swirl. You're going to say to me, well, oh wait, Zoe, what about the jam? Well, while you're spooning, once you think you have most of your pan covered in white and strawberry batters, then throw in your jam and then continue spooning over your jam and then swirl. Very easy. You don't have to layer. Like what I'm trying to get at is it's not that complex, okay? Wonderful smell. The house smells absolutely fantastic. We can't wait for this to cool down and chow down. We aren't going to have any until we have our dinner first. But, you know, hey, cake is cake. We love cake. I thank you so much for joining us. Please like and share this video. Don't forget to subscribe. You need any questions, you need any clarifications or questions, don't hesitate to contact me. Love you. See you on the next episode. Bye. I am your host, Zoe Fiogos. With sincere love and gratitude, I thank you for watching Zoe's Blind Kitchen Corner.